Come.
Yeah. For the next POI on our POI tier list, we have Forever Video. It is a tier 3 POI. It is 2 mini buildings. One is a police station. The other is a is like a video store, like a Blockbuster. Just a heads up, there is a vending machine in here. I don't know if both can work, but I know one does normally. I have decided I'm gonna focus on using the same tier 4 loadout that I did for tier 3s, largely because it's day 69 and I'm such a high level that like the zombies are pretty strong now. And I'm kind of just like, I'm tired of switching back and forth between the 2 weapon types. I'd rather just use the same weapons for tier 3s and 4s. Tier 5s, I will use the better weapons, but tier 3 and 4, we're gonna keep this kind of loadout here with the pistol, the pump, and the tac rifle. But anyways, this area is pretty quick. There's basically only like a couple of vending machines. That's about it. So not a ton of loot in there, which kind of stuff. The day's getting freaky. Yeah, the day is getting freaky. We leave it on day 69 because this was the world that I played on when the last update came out. But since I don't play on it like actually anymore, I only play on it for this videos. I kind of just keep it on day 69. And we are now in the police station, by the way. So just in case if you are lost, it kind of just leads into the police station. The video store really doesn't have, can you stop? The video store doesn't really have anything, which is kind of weird. I'm kind of shocked that they don't actually have like any real loot in there. There is 2 sections of loot that you can go through. Over here, there's quite a bit. It's the end loot. You have to go through here to open it. So when you come into here, there will be zombies falling from the ceiling. So keep that in mind. Be ready. There's also always a cop. I don't know if it's in this one. I think it's in the next room over. Okay. But there is always a cop in these rooms. Yep, right there. And as long as you shoot him once, he can't spit, which is really nice. This key opens the gate into the jail cell. You got a little equipment rack here, which is nice. As well as some gun racks. So you get some good stuff. And then you have this. Press this. There will be zombies in there once I go over there, so be ready. There's a lot. Well, not a lot, but for tier 3, there's a decent amount. Since I am on day 69, there will be irradiated. I don't think there should be irradiated for you guys. If you're, like, not on, you know... Oh, hi! Especially if you're not on day, like, 69 like I am, right? Like, if you're on day, like, 10 or 12 and you're doing this, you should be fine. So, I wouldn't worry too much about it. But that is it for the Forever Video. It's a pretty short POI, which is kind of nice. The end loot's right here, which is super convenient, and you can come out this way, and you're free. 0.1% chance on what? Or 0.01% chance on what? Anyways, what would I rate this? Well, creativity, it's very mediocre. I mean, it's interesting enough, I guess. But I think one of the key issues with it is the Forever Video doesn't have anything. It's only the police station that has 99% of the stuff in it, so it's really just a police station. So creativity is like D tier in my opinion, if not even like F. Loot-wise, again, the video store has nothing. So you might as well just break in through the front door of the police station, go get the loot, and leave. Unless you're doing it for a quest. So it's like kind of like D tier for like loot. Resources, well, I'll say C tier for loot, because, well, fuck it, B tier for loot. I know I'm kind of changing it. There's a few like equipment racks and stuff like that, so it actually is worth for weapons. I'll say B tier for loot, but it's definitely like D tier for resources. There's almost nothing to break down other than maybe like a couple other chairs and like a couple computers. That's not worth the time and effort. So it's a definite D tier for resources, F tier for creativity, B tier for loot. All right, I'm not going through the whole spiel. It's F tier. I'm sorry, it's not good. It's an F tier horde base as well. Like, it's a 1-story, so like you have to make a turtle base out of it. There's nothing really in here that screams safety. I mean, it's made of bricks, which I guess is fine, but it's not the greatest. Like, it's not good. It's not a good POI. It's quick. It's small, which I guess is nice, but it's really just a smash and grab. You will never come here for actual reasons other than to just quickly hit it for the loot and leave. Like the end loot and leave. So, Definitely not the greatest POI in the game. I do like this. I think this is kind of cool. But, I mean, they have so many falling traps in this game. It doesn't do anything creative. It's just kind of 2 buildings. One that has literally nothing in it. It literally has nothing. It has 2 vending machines, one that works, which is fine, and then nothing back here. So it has pretty much nothing of value. These racks need to have stuff on them. If they had stuff on them, I'd be more inclined to say, like, yeah, it's good. But has nothing. So overall, Forever video is not lasting forever with F tier. For our next POI on our POI tier list, Dumpsy Kalinick. It reminds me of Tank Dempsey from COD. It's not, it's Dumpsy. It is a tier 4 POI. I don't know how to get in. I've never done this one, so it actually is new to me as well, so it'll be a little interesting to see. It's just a giant clinic, it looks like, so I don't think it's gonna be that serious of a problem. Oh, right here. Here we go. Probably come up the ladder. Probably go up the stairs. Okay, so it's probably one where you go to the top and work your way down, which is actually kind of cool. I kind of like these POIs where you start at the top. Also makes it really easy to get down from. You know what I mean? Makes it really easy to get down from because you end at the bottom. But yeah, so just be careful. Again, I always try to emphasize this. The zombies you see in this may be a little bit more difficult than, let's say, yours, because I am on day 69 and I'm level, like, 1 something. I'm like 189, 182. So my game stage is 410, so I literally face a million zombies. So you get in from the roof here. There isn't really any loot up here. We're, like, really even, like, vents. So unless you want, like, a bird's nest, there's really nothing up here for you to break down or take. Which isn't a good sign. Usually the roof at least has, like, air vents to break down, which is nice. Got a cement mixer, which means you can actually get... I think you can get engines from these, but... You can get some books if you need them. Nothing too crazy, though, yet. Cop. Try and keep them down there. Okay, not too bad. Pretty easy start so far. Kind of just have to probably zigzag your way through. This is a good area for resources. All of these beds, I think, give scrap polymers, and they also give, you know, short iron pipes, which you scrap for metal, of course. You can also get electrical and mechanical parts, which is really nice. And that's all of these beds. And obviously, if you have a high scavenger perk, you can easily get them done quickly. Here we are on the next floor. There is a couple zombies out here, so if you have this for a quest in particular, make sure you come out here and check this place out. A little med pile here as well. A little extra loot, nothing too crazy. But if you do have a quest here, make sure you go kill him. Then you go down to the next floor. Clear it out again. There's more medical beds, more scrap polymers, which are kind of hard to find sometimes. So I do like that a lot. You just come down here, quickly look around, break everything down. Come over here. Okay, a couple computers, leather chair, nothing too crazy. Elevator's still locked, though, sadly, as well as that door, so the only way to go is down. On to the next floor with some working vending machines. Very nice. Okay, well, Screamer screamed. Screamer screaming. Stop. Oh, there's a lot of zombies over here. Can you die? Holy shit. Yeah, so just a heads up, there's not supposed to be this many zombies. I'm gonna break this. Shit. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Some of us are trying to record videos here, please. Outside enemies are not necessary. Thank you very much. Please leave. Yep, I know they're enemies. Please stop talking, drone. Was there like a horde outside? What the fuck happened? Can you stop crouching, please? I hate when zombies do this. It's one of the more annoying things when they get stuck on like overhangs and stuff like that and they crouch. It's really frustrating. Anyways, thank God. Ay. Anyways, bathrooms over here. Search for a toilet gun, maybe. No working stuff there. That opens that door probably, and that door. 2 working vending machines. That's pretty good. I don't know if they always work, but hey, 2 vending machines is always a plus. If you can get 2 working ones, gun ammo pile right there, that is very lovely. Sorry, it's just, especially on this game stage, always are facing a fuck ton of zombies. Now, elevator down there. You also have the staircase right here that leads to a barred door, as well as some zombie bags, which means that's nitrate powder, as well as rotten flesh. So if you need it, hey, there's a good amount here. This is how you get down to probably the fighting area with the last group of zombies. Be very careful. It is still a tier 4. This door is locked, of course, and your only way out is to take the ladder you came in or fight your way through. So I recommend find a spot that doesn't have a ton of zombies in it, maybe.
I've got a bad feeling about
Fucking horror game! Stop! Dick! I thought there were zombies in here, but there's not. Anyways, fight your way through. You're good to go. Yep, so a lot of dead bodies down here to break down if you need them. Electrical parts there. Chemistry stations, you know. The whole kit bang and caboodle. Pretty good stuff. End loot is right here, though. That's actually kind of cool. So you get a ton of nitrate powder from this, which is what you'd expect from a clinic. That's what they kind of have a lot of, is like medical supplies, and nitrate powder is primarily used for that. Some little water glitches here. Yeah, the new water physics are supposed to make this not happen, but it is what it is, I guess. Anyways, once you loot all this, there's a sewer here. That's kind of cool. With a ladder up there. Oh, so you can kind of just make like a loop almost. And then you can come up here. Wait, is this unlocked? Oh no, it's locked. Interesting, okay. So it auto unlocks when you open it, when you go up the ladder. That's very interesting. I didn't know you could do that. I always thought you needed a key or something like that to open these. Okay, well, that's interesting. But yeah, that'll do it for Dumpsy's clinic. What would I rate this hospital or clinic, I guess? I mean, it's a pretty large clinic though. 4 stories is not a joke for a clinic. Overall, pretty good POI actually. I actually like it quite a bit. Creativity wise, probably like a solid B tier or A tier. I mean, it's a pretty unique tower in quotes. It's nothing too crazy, but like, it's not bad. I like the whole going up to the top and working your way down. I think POIs like that are really good. I also think it makes it very interesting to like play, because then you know, like, hey, at least I'm getting out on the surface. Whereas like when you start down there and work your way up, a lot of times you have to take like a spiral staircase back down, which is kind of annoying. And I personally am not a huge fan of that. So I really do like the work your way down philosophy, and I think that they should do more POIs that are skyscrapers like that, where you go to the top and then work your way down instead. Excuse me. When it comes to loot, I would say it's not bad. Not the greatest, right? When it comes to loot specifically, right? You only have like a couple med piles, and that's really about it. Besides like the med piles that you may find like scattered about, and like the small ammo piles, the only really loot there is the end loot. And so there isn't a ton of loot to be had here, especially for a tier 4. Like there's 1 chem station, there's like 1 med pile and 2 ammo piles, and then the end loot. That is all I really found. So it's not a ton of loot to get. So loot is definitely like, I'd probably say like even like a C tier on loot for this. So it's like definitely, I'd say like a good B tier for creativity, maybe even low A. It's definitely like C tier for loot. For resources, I would say it's a solid B for tier 4. Nitrate powder is good. It's good for gunpowder. It's good for medical supplies. But there isn't a ton that you can do with it, and you can mine it. And so although it is a valuable resource to get some of, to do that through looting, when you can just go find a vein of nitrate and just mine it, isn't super great. It's not bad. It's good, but it's not great. But you do get a lot of scrap polymers, as well as mechanical and electrical parts with all the beds. So I definitely want to give it like at least a good B tier for resources. And horde-based potential, I mean, hey, I would say this is a solid, like, you know, A tier even for horde-based potential. It's pretty large. The only thing you'd have to worry about is maybe like them trying to get into the sewer to get to you. But you could easily like, you know, break the ladder in the elevator here, and then they have no way of getting, and then break the staircase, right here, so they can't get up from the basement. And there you go. You're good to go, right? So you can easily make like your horde base like up here maybe, just break down this window, and then you just make the staircase down. They have to run up to, you fight them. You can even do like 3 fighting positions and have like those doors right here that you can open for them to drop that a lot of people do. There's actually quite a bit of like work you could do with this if you wanted to. So I'd say this is probably a solid A tier for horde base. Overall, though, I'd probably give the Dumpsy's Clinic a solid B tier. It's good. I think it's probably like a good standard POI, but for a tier 4, it is underwhelming for resources. It's also very small. Like if you like took out like 6 or 7 zombies and told me this was a tier 3, I would not be surprised. So I feel like it's very underwhelming for a tier 4, so I don't want to give it higher than a B, but I do think it is a very well-designed POI. I would argue that they probably should just take a few zombies out and make it like a tier 3, but maybe they just don't have enough tier 3s yet, and so they're trying to make this a tier 4. I don't know. But overall, I would give Dumpsy's Clinic a B tier.